everybody and welcome back to Teacup Tarot, and in today's video we are going to look at what the full moon in Pisces is gonna bring for you guys. Now Pisces basically is one of my favorite signs because I don't know, they are just like the most amazing, loving and beautiful people. Now if we speak about the energy of the Pisces is basically, it is the last sign of the zodiac. So sometimes this can be, endings and new beginnings. But at the same time, the energy of Pisces is all about the watery energy. So you have energies relating to psychic abilities being really heightened. So your channeling capacities can really be at a greater point right now. You could be feeling very creative. The full moon in Pisces is also a great time for soulmates to connect. So I'm just putting it out there in case anybody is interested in that. But again, you have the full moon, so whatever it is that you're feeling during the full moon, whatever it is that is your state of mind at that time will just be heightened. So if you are exceptionally positive, your positivity will be heightened. So at that point, if you're not feeling very great, so you will sort of feel that getting heightened as well, and getting it together with the Pisces energy, the emotional energy. You have to be very sure of what practical is and what the reality is. So just putting it out there. Alright, now as usual, you have 3 cards in front of you. You can pick according to the feathers, or you can just pick out according to the images, whatever speaks to you the most. And once you're done, we shall start off with the very first pile, which is pile 1. Hello everyone, and if you've chosen pile 1, then this is what the full moon in Pisces is going to bring for you. So the very first one that we have is nothing will come out of the situation. So if there is something on your mind that you've been really worried about, or something that's bothering you, understand that nothing is going to come out of that situation. Possibly this is just you overthinking things. So whatever it is on your mind, something that you're worrying about especially, it's not going to happen. Okay, so it is time you put it to rest and focus your energies, really channel your energies in something that you really want to happen in your life. Now is in fact a very good time to be creative, is also something that I want to tell you guys. So really avoid thinking in terms of what you don't want and focus your energies into something creative, a hobby, possibly something you enjoy doing. Alright, so that is your first message. The next thing for you is get the bigger picture. Again, if we speak about the situation, so if there is something about a situation that is bothering you, you are possibly not looking at circumstances, you're not looking at events, you are not looking at people in the entire light, in the entirety is what I'm getting here. You're possibly taking a very narrow of situations, or you just have a very narrow outlook towards your life right now. So you possibly need to look at the bigger picture. If you look at this picture as well, this lady is actually in a hot air balloon and really looking down at things. This is also about sort of disconnecting yourself from certain situations, moving away from them for some time, and then really looking at it from a distance. Possibly your perspective might change slightly, is what I'm getting here. The next thing for you is the first light. So new beginning, like I was talking about in the introduction, the energy of Pisces, because it is like the last sign of the zodiac, it can signal the end of something. So this could just be the end of your worries for a couple of you that I see. And you guys are the only pile where 2 of these popped up. They just popped up, and I just knew I had to take them. So there is some situation that was not serving you that is coming to an end. And this could just be a chronic way of thinking, is what I'm getting. So whatever it is, this is coming to an end, your hardships are coming to an end, and you are sort of entering a beautiful new cycle, is what I'm getting. And I think this new cycle is going to be really good for you, because now is the time that you'll sort of start looking at things slightly differently than what you do usually. Okay, and when you start looking at things in a different manner, in a more disconnected manner, if I may say so, you just get a different perspective, and you just start looking at your life differently. So that is something that is really, really coming in. So coming to the next one, it is about following your dreams. And I think this is just a very beautiful coincidence, if I have to say this, because you have a new cycle coming in. So what the message here is, as you enter this new cycle, really ask yourself, what is it that you really enjoy doing, and possibly follow those dreams. This doesn't always have to translate when it comes to your work, okay? But again, if you can do something that you love in terms of your career, if there has been a dream, especially a childhood dream, a dream that you really, really hold in your heart, a dream that you hold really close, now will be a very, very good time to sort of, follow those dreams. Because being at the end of the zodiac and starting once again with this new energy, now will be a really, really good time to sort of focus on that. And I think because you're also looking at the bigger picture, just think about how following your dreams can then affect the rest of your life. And the next one is have fun. Possibly, you guys are really, really stuck in the zone of worry, or you're just too serious about certain things. You're just taking things very seriously. You're worried about something, or sometimes this just happens to us. Like, we get so busy in our daily lives, or we just get so busy in our daily routines that we just forget that there is a lighter side of life, there is a beautiful side of life. And now is a time where you need to be really conscious about it. Like, have the beginner's mind, like have the fool's energy, okay? The energy of a baby. A baby, if they want to do something, they just go out and do it. An energy of a child, they know how to have fun, and that is the kind of energy you need to get into as well. Life is not just all about working hard. Life is not just about that big paycheck. Sometimes it's just about the simplest moments, and now is the time that you guys should really, really just enjoy that simplest moments. And the energy of Pisces is all about that, just having the dreamy energy, the energy of poetry, the energy of romance, the energy of soulmates, and just flowing with that energy is something that you guys really need in your life, is what I'm getting. For a couple of you, possibly you guys are sort of ending a period of hardship and entering a period that is going to be much more energetically lighter, and you'll start feeling that way. And possibly now is a time that you'll start enjoying things, and that is what you're consciously asked to do. Follow your dreams, follow what comes naturally to you, and don't forget to have fun in the process, okay? The next thing is earth pulsing. So this is like slowing down. Slow down. Just take that conscious time to sort of feel the pulse of Mother Earth. Really feel the energy of the universe. To just sit down for even something like half an hour, make yourself that cup of tea, make yourself that cup of coffee, or whatever beverage you enjoy, and just look at nature, or just look at your life, just look at things that bring you joy, and just connect with yourself. This is also an excellent time to take that little picnic, to just pack your lunch and just sit outside and just enjoy nature, enjoy that time with yourself. That is really the energy that I'm getting right now, and that is the energy I feel. Once you guys are in that energy, you will come out thinking, I needed this, I so needed this. All right, so make sure you do that. Possibly spending some time near an ocean, near some seas, with nature can be something you should really, really be doing for yourself, okay? And the next is the field of dreams. So again, you have two cards here that talk about dreams. So this is also about spending some time in that field of dreams. Have you forgotten how to dream, is also what I want to ask a couple of you. Are you so involved in the daily grind? Are you so involved in that daily life that you've forgotten to your dream? And this really reminds me of this beautiful poetry, come away, O human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in the hand, the world's more full of weeping than you can understand. So this reading of yours is really taking me back to that poetry. So just go away to nature, connect with yourself, connect with this beautiful energy within, and dream some new dreams. So just take out that journal and write down, what is it that you want in your life? What do you want to accomplish? What are your dreams for yourself? What are your dreams for your life? What is your vision for your life? What do you want in your life right now? And make sure you're looking at the bigger picture, okay? Don't think that, okay, I want $1 million. Oh, I am definitely not going to get that. Don't do that, okay? Don't limit your vision, is what I want to tell you. So just dream big. So just dream that bigger dream, and not just for the next cycle in your life, or not just for 1 year. What is it that you want for your life? What is it that is really calling you towards it, is what I want you guys to look into. Okay, so that is your reading for the full moon in Pisces. Definitely a very dreamy energy, but an energy that I really like. And after that fierce energies of the sign of Leo, the fire signs, I think this little break is definitely welcome. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I shall catch you guys in my next video. Till then, bye bye. Hello everyone, and if you've chosen pile 2, this is your reading for the full moon in Pisces. Now, let us see what the messages for you guys are. And the very first one is to step out of your comfort zone. So definitely somebody needs to be trying something new. Somebody needs to get creative. Somebody needs to now take a risk, is what I'm getting here. So if you are very, very focused in sticking to what you know, sticking to what you do, now will be a good time to try something new. Maybe have fun with it, So see, the energy of Pisces is a very dreamy energy. It's all about poetry, it's all about romance, it's all about creativity. So maybe try something creative, or just go with your dreams, is what I'm getting here. Now will also be a good time to follow your dreams. So if for you guys, stepping out of your comfort zone is doing something that you've always wanted to do, so that is also something that I'm really getting here. The next one for you guys here is keep going forward. So climb some new mountains, is what I'm getting here. Sometimes you might feel stepping out of your comfort zone can be a little bit difficult. Of course it is difficult, but nothing great has ever been achieved by a person who's stayed in their comfort zone. So that is what you need to do. You now need to keep going forward. You need to climb some new mountains, but when you climb those new mountains, you will find new scenery, and that is for a couple of you what I'm getting, what you guys need. So go try something new, and don't forget to have fun in that process. But whatever it is, you need to move forward. You cannot stay where you are right now. Okay, the next one is synchronicity. Okay, so things are gonna be happening almost magically for you guys. Okay, and follow your intuition. And the reason why I'm getting this here is, this whole array of purple that I get here is follow your intuition. Your intuition can be very, very strong, and understand you have the full moon in Pisces. Pisces is all about your intuition, what you can channel, spirit guide communication, so all of that. So things can sort of be happening magically in your life for the next couple of days. So pay attention to them, because when you pay attention to things that happen just out of the blue for you, you invite those things more. Okay, so things are going to be happening in your life like almost magically. For a couple of you, you could also be getting in touch with friends that possibly you've lost touch with, or for a couple of you, it just could be a person coming and reaching out to you and just saying something to you, and you're like, oh my god, I've always wanted to do this, and then you go towards it. Okay, for a couple of people, I'm really getting that as well. So pay attention to these amazing things that are going to be happening, is what I want to tell you. The next thing is soul power. So this really speaks to me about you believing in your power, that you are a very, very powerful individual, and you also have a very, very unlimited supply of that power. So it's not like, if you give yourself to this particular thing, you may not be able to give any energy to something else. So possibly a couple of you may be thinking, no, I have these responsibilities, I cannot just ignore them, I cannot just try something new just like that. But You have the capacity to do that. Your soul is really urging you to take that next step forward. So if there is a dream project for somebody, you really want to work on it, now will be a good time to start, or at least lay the foundations, is what I'm telling you. You don't have to like climb the mountain in one go itself, but at least take that first step, is what I'm getting here, because now is a time that you are very, very powerful. Okay, and when you have things really going for you, you should really take advantage of it, because this is a very special time for you guys, is also something that I'm getting. So please make sure you take advantage of it, and don't sort of lose out on it, is what I'm getting here. Okay, so the next thing that we have here is my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. So I think things are going to be happening to you right now, rather than you making them happen. Or this could just be you want to do something, and possibly somebody is going to just come out and help you, or you just have a thought in your mind and you might listen to something, you might listen to a song, you might listen to a radio, somebody might come and speak to you about it. But it could almost seem like the universe is speaking to you through your own mind, through your own connection, and you are sort of responding to it. So it's like you and the universe doing this magical dance where you both are coming together very, very beautifully. And along with that, because you already have the synchronicity card, so this again really focuses on this message. So you are going to be very, very in sync with the universe, and good things are going to be happening to you, is what I'm getting here. So the next message for you is the magical stream. Now is going to be a very, very crucial time for you, because I think you really need to examine your self-beliefs. Possibly what I get here is a lot of you are really involved in possibly negative thinking, if I may say so, or your consciousness is full of doubt, is what I'm getting here. A magic stream, when you look into a magic stream, it is almost like things get reflected back to you. So when you look at yourself, what is reflected back? Is a higher belief in your capacity reflecting back? When you really sit with yourself, what are the kind of thoughts that you have? Do you have thoughts of I can do whatever it is in my mind, or I am not sure if this is something that I can do? So those are the kind of things that you should really be reflecting at, because honestly, your pile, I kind of get a feeling that you don't really understand how powerful you are. You don't really understand how much of a conscious creator you are, because I believe for some of you, you guys really tend to manifest things very easily, but because of this self-doubt of yours, things sort of block. So you are the person who blocks yourself the maximum. It isn't something else that is blocking you, it is just you blocking yourself. And I just had a car honk multiple times in the background, and that for me is a sign that you need to pay attention to these things, that you need to be really careful for these things. So when you start doubting yourself, when you start doubting of whether things will happen for you, you need to recede back and think of this magical stream. Is this what you want to put into your life? Okay, because clearly where you are right now is not where you should be. You should be out there doing things because you have an infinite capacity and you don't realize it. So this is me telling you, step out of your comfort zone, take that next step in power, and really walk towards the life that you want for yourself. Sometimes circumstances are such that these things happen to us, that we start doubting ourselves. But when we start doubting ourselves, you should really ask, this voice that is making me doubt myself, is this my voice, or is this a voice of a conditioning? Is this a parent speaking to me when I was a child? Is this my teacher telling me you are not good enough, you can never do this? Is this a friend not being supportive enough? And is this a projection of their voices that is now within my consciousness? So these are the kind of things you really should be examining, because the way I see cards and the kind of messages that I'm getting right now, you are infinitely powerful. You don't realize it, and it is about time you do that. Okay, so the message for you is very simple: realize your power, and once you do that, nothing in this life is ever going to be stopping you. So for you guys, the full moon in Pisces is going to be all about releasing this energy that is not serving you, the energy of doubt, the energy of negative patterns, the energy of blockages, and really moving forward with the energy of self-confidence, with the energy of you believing in yourself and you telling yourself, I can do whatever it is that I want right now. Okay, with this I shall come to the end of the video, and I shall see you in my next one. Stay strong and follow your dreams. Bye bye. Hello everyone, and if you've chosen pile 3, these are your messages for the full moon in Pisces. Now, the very first for you is luck is on your side. So you guys are going to be extremely lucky in this next phase of the moon. And also what I see this is the energy of expansion for you guys, because you also have the energy of Sagittarius coming in for you. So Sagittarius, the ruler planet is of course Jupiter, and Jupiter is all about expanding. It's about expanding your knowledge, expanding your area of work, expanding whatever it is that you now do, or doing something in a bigger manner, taking that bigger risk is what I'm getting here. Also, this could also be when it comes to things relating to spirituality. So there you could find a lot of luck, especially with the full moon in Pisces energy. This is a great time to channel. This is a great time for spirit communication. This is a good time to sort of develop your spiritual practice. So that is also something that I see. But luck is on your side. So if there is something that you've always wanted to do, now would be a good time to do it. Alright, the next card for you is Wondrous Universe and Walk in Beauty. So definitely this is like a very good time to sort of look around you and see how your world is expanding. Normally when these things happen, we don't really notice things, but just notice how far you've come, how far your life has come, how much you've grown as a person, how much of a progress you've made. Because for a couple of you, what I sense is you've done a lot of growing up in this past period, especially in this 6 months to 8 months period. Like your life has expanded, your inner world has expanded is what I'm seeing. And I don't know how much you notice it, but if you look back right now, you will actually see this wondrous journey that you've traveled. And you need to look at that, and you really need to appreciate it. And spiritual partnership, again with the Sagittarius Jupiter energy coming in, your spiritual partnerships are going to be important. So this could be you meeting some really significant people, or you just coming across certain instances in your life where you feel like this is what I needed. So this is almost like you now being in partnership with spirit, you being in partnership with another person who's very aligned to you, and sort of entering that next phase of your life. And I just feel you guys are expanding, you guys are growing, and your knowledge base is also really increasing. Because Jupiter, if you speak according to the Hindu mythology, the leader of Jupiter is Dev Guru Brihaspati. Now Brihaspati is actually the teacher of the gods. Now when it comes to the teacher of the gods, this also speaks to me about really learning more in terms of spiritual things. So this could be expanding your knowledge of the tarot, expanding your knowledge of the oracle, or just expanding the knowledge of alternative crafts is what I'm getting here. But either way, you are getting into a deep relationship either with a person who is very spiritual, you're connecting with a person who is possibly a spiritual mentor to you, and really growing out of that experience is what I'm getting here. But this is a very powerful period for you coming in, and just don't lose out on this opportunity is something that I want to tell you. So don't ignore this next phase of the moon. Also, you have synchronicity. Now this is very magical, and this is very beautiful. So it's almost like magically certain things are going to be happening into your life. Like you'll meet people who are just right for your growth at this point of time, and with these people, with this group of people, or even a situation for that matter, you will grow tremendously. I just want to put this across because I'm really getting this message, especially if you've been unwell. The reason you were unwell is because you needed to understand what it was to be in that energy, so that you can be more empathetic to people who will face that in the future. If you have faced a financial crisis, you know what it feels, and the next time somebody else goes through it, you will sort of have a deeper understanding and you will be able to guide those people. I just sense spiritual teaching here very, very strongly. Whether you are somebody who's into divination, or you're just a normal person in a normal job living a life that really speaks to you, your orientation is very, very spiritual, and your life itself is a prayer in a sense. This is really something that I'm getting here, and you'll really use this knowledge that you have to do good in the world is what I'm getting here. And because your life changes, the life of people around you is also going to really, really change as a result of this. But a lot of things are coming in right now, and it's almost like, divinely orchestrated is what I'm getting here. And you also have the message of home, so you're really finding home is what I'm getting here. For a couple of people, this could actually be a literal home, like finding your forever home is also what I'm getting here. Finding a person who feels like home, or just being at home with yourself, being at home with whatever it is that you stand for, being at home with what brings you joy. Accepting all sides of yourself is what I'm getting here. You are now really in this beautiful frame of mind, and I think you realize that on many levels. I don't know whether you realize it consciously or not, but you've reached this level of home. You've reached where you've wanted to reach is what I'm getting here. You are more accepting of yourself, or as you start this phase of the moon, you are sort of going to now be more accepting. Or what I'm getting here is, for some of you, your household situations are also going to be developing. Alright, so your relationships could be better. Your understanding of people is also going to sort of get better is what I'm getting here. And again, you have the message of home. So all path leads to home. Whatever direction you're going in right now, whatever area of career you're going in, whatever direction your life is calling you, every path is going to take you towards your destiny. Everything that is happening to you right now is now taking you towards your life path, is taking you towards life purpose. Especially right now, whenever you're listening to this message, whatever is happening into your life is leading you home, is what I have for you guys here. Okay, so you have to make sure that you focus within, that you focus on what you're getting internally, that you're really, really focused on your intuition right now, and you are in a deep communication with yourself and in very, very deep communication with your spirit. Your emotions could especially be a lot heightened once we approach the full moon period, and that is a part of the process for you, is something that you're realizing. And because you have luck is on your side, this is really the work of God. This is the work of divine in your life. Like, I just feel like you guys in this next phase of your life are going to be abundantly blessed, and you're going to realize that, and you just are going to be marveling in this beauty of the world, and this beauty of your life is what I'm seeing. And you'll finally understand how magical the universe is. I will see you now in my next one. Bye bye.